Surprise, surprise, surprise. Hey, family. Good to see everybody today. I trust you guys are doing absolutely blacktastic. Thank you for your patience this morning, okay? First of all, let's open up with one more time, as we always do. All right, our fun song, and then we'll get to explaining everything that you're seeing on the screen right now. But right now, let's do one more time. One more time. One more time. It's already hot.
Yes, it is.
I don't mean hot, just hot, but hot. Oh, man. Family, welcome to another Sunday online Energy of Fellowship of the African Village and Cultural Center. Forgive the tears, but it's been a full weekend, full activity, and full emotionally. And it's just wonderful. As you guys can see, I got somebody here in the studio with me today. Oh, my God, who came all the way from Dallas, Texas.
Yes, I did.
Okay, just to check on yours truly. And we'll talk more about that as we get into the program today. But right now, let's do the oath to the ancestors and I'll welcome everybody. Okay, so come on, family, lift your voices with me. And the brothers, as we lift our voices today, we're not going to do the ancestral roll call, so we can have plenty of time to just minister. But right now, lift your voice with us and say these words. Come on, everybody. Oh, ancestors, blacker than 1,000 midnights, African ancestors, it is to you that we, your children, give respect and honor. Oh, ancestors, we call upon you and welcome you in this place. African ancestors, let your presence fill this place. Oh, ancestors, who have been purposely excluded from the history books so that the world would not know of your greatness. Our African ancestors, who gave civilization to the world. Our African ancestors, who gave the arts to the world. Our African ancestors, who gave music to the world. Our African ancestors, who gave the sciences to the world. Our African ancestors, who gave mathematics to the world. Our African ancestors, who gave medicine to the world. Our African ancestors, who gave literature to the world. Our African ancestors, who gave philosophy to the world. Yes. Our African ancestors, who gave God consciousness to the world. Oh, ancestors, we thank you for devoting your life to make a future for us, your children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren. Now stand with us, strengthen us, guide us, teach us, and protect us from the snare of our enemies. Rise up, O African ancestors, and let our enemies be scattered, and give us the wisdom and the boldness to deal with our oppressors and those who would hinder the liberation and empowerment of our people. Rise up, O African ancestors, and live in us, and we will not fail to honor you. We will not fail to respect you. We will not fail to hear you, and we will not betray you. Ashe. And now, brothers and sisters, family, we're not going to do the ancestral roll call today because I want to get into our discussion, our talk today. First of all, I welcome all of you who are with us. Thank you for being with us today. Wherever you are on this planet, you made time, okay, to stop what you're doing, come log on and be with yours truly right here today in what I call the virtual village. Okay, so thank you for being with us. I give honor today to the Most High, to our ancestors, and we honor those of you who are our friends and supporters and members, starting at St. Louis at headquarters for the African Village, to the elders and members there. Thank you so very much for being who you are in our life. The first African village that we gave birth to 9 years later was the African Village of Youngstown, Ohio. So guys up there in Youngstown, Ohio, and when I say Youngstown, I mean all of Ohio, okay? Because when we went into Ohio, I mean all of Ohio, meaning Mansfield and Columbus and whatever other cities are there would come together and show support. So to the brothers and sisters in Ohio who are friends and members and supporters of the African Village, we honor you today by saying Ma'atotep as well. To the African Village of New York City, up there with Waziri Wells in charge, along with his wife, Queen Tara, to the elders there, Brother Kwame, to the supporters, everybody there in New York City. We greet you as well by saying Ma'atotep. Oh, my goodness. Then we have the African Village of Charleston, South Carolina, down there in low country. Okay, it's so good to have you guys with us as well. Happy New Day to you, Pastor Edwin Chef Wright, our main promoter, so to say, there in that area. To the African Village of Memphis, Tennessee. I'm trying not to leave anybody out. Down there, which we have Minister Norman Redwing.
Yes.
Okay, and I'm trying to think the others who are working with him there. Minister Crawford, that's her name, and his staff there with him. Thank you guys for being who you are. to all of our friends and supporters everywhere, down in South America, on the motherland, you name it, man. It's just good to have you guys with us today. Y'all, I'm so doggone excited right this minute. I can't even get myself together. I'm trying. I really am. As you see here, I have with me sitting next to me, when she's sitting here on my right-hand side, and I can truly say she has been my right hand, okay, throughout my tenure in this work in African liberation, and she's been through it all with me, and we're going to talk about that today as well. Man, I'm just so elated. Let me just go on and, okay, let me do this first, okay? For those of you who, let's do this. I like to let everybody know that you're going to hear some things today that's outside of your circumference of awareness, okay? But notice what it says. The space inside this circle represents my realm of knowledge. All that I think I know about whatever I think I know is depicted right here within this circle. I must keep in mind that there is more to know than what is within the circumference of my awareness. Why do I teach by using that illustration? Because as a teacher, I'm going to provide some information somewhere along the line that you might not be familiar with. That means it's outside your circumference of awareness. Doesn't mean I'm wrong. It simply means you don't know what I'm talking about. Okay? So keep that in mind today, okay, as we go. And why do we do what we do? Okay, this is the whole mission of Brother Ray Hagins being on this planet right here. Okay, and that is to begin the process of undoing and reversing ideas and concepts that have been programmed into the minds of our people by the religious statements and church doctrines that have caused us to adopt a belief system that has resulted in our loss of contact with what is real, our loss of contact with what is factual, our loss of contact with what is spiritual. And also you guys out there who gained so much from preaching the lie, from preaching the program, okay? Keep this in mind, guys, and women as well in ministry. When you've told so many lies on top of each other over the centuries, that telling the truth about one of your early foundational lies would unravel all the lies that have been defensively piled on top of it, thus exposing you for what you truly are, you have no choice but to continue to lie if you want to keep what you have gained by lying. Got me? Okay, so when your ability to maintain your control over another person's reality is based on the lies about what you are and who they are, man, shoot, you can never tell the truth. Okay, last week we talked about up close and personal with Dr. Ray Hagins. Well, guess what, y'all? We're going to continue in that same vein today. Okay, but the theme for today is a leaf in the wind. A leaf in the wind. Okay, and to set the whole discussion up today, Karen, when I say a leaf in the wind, guys out there, I want y'all to see this, if you will. Here you have a giant oak tree. Okay, in my case, that oak tree was the religious organization I was a part of, called the Church of God in Christ. Imagine a wind comes and blows. Okay, the wind, let's put it this way. Let's call it the wind of change.
Let's call it the wind of
change.
Okay,
the wind of change blows and a leaf disconnects from one of the branches, and that leaf goes falling to the ground. Okay, and under the control of the wind. It's coming down, it goes up, comes back down, up, down, it's going kind of everywhere you want to, and the leaf is almost about to touch the ground. Okay, which means the end of its journey. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, a big gust of wind comes. Woof! The leaf is about that close to the ground, right? But a big gust of wind comes and whoa, man, blows. And the actual new level of the leaf is higher than it was originally. If you can imagine what I'm saying. Am I making sense?
Yeah, it's making sense.
Okay, cool. Well, that's my life. A leaf in the wind of God's sovereignty. Okay, and I can say that of surety. And today, family, man, if you guys watch my Facebook post, you'll see a lot of what I said. But I've been going through something lately. Being diagnosed with end-stage kidney disease, and now they're telling me congestive heart failure. Okay, but the problem is I don't look like it. I don't feel like it.
No, you don't.
I'm serious. I mean, I feel great.
Yes.
The biggest effect that it had on me is taking into my psyche what the doctor said.
Mm-hmm.
I was fine until I started listening to what they said.
Yes.
Then all of a sudden I start feeling sick, what have you. But anyway, I didn't introduce my guest. I'm sorry. Listen, family, y'all see this sister here. Okay, many of you guys know her. Okay, many of you are maybe her clients, in fact. Okay, but her name is Minister Karen Stewart. Okay, and I'm gonna let her tell you about herself. She is, let me say it this way, she is the number 2 person, okay, of the African Village. If this was Star Trek, she would be my number 1.
Lord.
Got me? Okay. See, the 3 of us that comprise the executive board, and that other person is not here right now. She deserves to be, and that is none other than our secretary, Sister Shirley Ayana Spencer. Got to get her in there to do a show with us if it's even by way of internet.
Yeah.
But these 2 sisters, okay, in fact, it kind of puts me in mind of in Kemet, you had a Sar, okay, and then you had these 2 women, okay, behind him, Nephthys and Aset, okay. The Greeks call her Isis, and they were like his warriors that had his back,
Right.
And these 2 sisters, Minister Karen Stewart and Sister Shirley Spencer, our secretary, have been my Nephthys and Aset since I've been in this ministry, So, Minister Stewart, welcome. Welcome, not just welcome to the show, welcome into my home. I mean, well, you've been here before, but welcome to my home.
It's been a while. I've only been here, one day, a night, or whatever.
You mean this time?
This time.
Yeah, when did you come in? Yesterday morning, yeah.
And it has been simply wonderful. We've done a lot in one day. I guess we'll get into telling them what we experienced.
Yeah, we can talk about all that.
Out on the water, but it's always good to be in the company of good people.
Yep.
Always.
Yeah.
I just saw somebody put on the comments there, "You're looking better this week, Dr. Ray, than last week."
I got my help with me. Oh yeah, I got my help with me.
And
when you're surrounded by that other energy, you can't help but look better.
Yes, it brings us up.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody else told me too. That's what Dr. Ray needs. He's missing it right now. He's missing that entourage. He's missing that circle of love that you were so used to coming in contact with every single week.
Yeah.
And even sometimes it had become a little burden when you were traveling at one point years ago to St. Louis. But you'd be surprised what a smile, a handshake, a hug does for a person.
That's right.
When somebody looks you right in the eye and expresses their gratitude for what you're doing and seeing your sacrifice. Yeah. And yet, despite the size of the crowd, the message didn't change. It was always, you gave us your all. You taught from your gut, so to speak. And that's what, I guess, made us continue to hang in there. Like you said, you got to have stickability in this thing.
Hey, you got that right.
And I would have to say my upbringing originally is probably where I got that from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay.
It's go ahead. I'm gonna slow down. You go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah. Growing up in the Church of God in Christ, I come from a really big family. I'm the second oldest of 8 children, and my parents have been in the church all of my life since I was 4 years old, and sometime after that, maybe when I was in my teens. Our former pastor, he made his transition, and my mom and dad became the pastors. And so hence me and my siblings, we were PKs at that time. And I just don't believe you can go to the Church of God in Christ for very long without picking up a lot of those attributes that they give you.
That's right.
They teach you to be faithful. They teach you to respect. Yes. They teach you to be on time as much as possible. You see, I said as much as possible. But they just believe in us staying humble too.
Yep, that's the number one.
Number one, stay humble.
I've heard that all my life.
Yes, I don't care where God takes you. I don't care if you're on the
Stay humble.
Stay
yes.
humble.
Yes.
And he'll take you even further, and might tie into what you're talking about, that leaf. And
there you go. Exactly.
Yeah, you think you've fallen, and God lifts you back up. But humility really was a big thing. And if we stay humble, we really don't know where God's going to take us.
Right. That's right.
And so when I met Dr. Ray, and he came over to my dad's church, and he dropped on us a little bit of what was in his head, but not too much, not to shake up things, but it was enough for me to inquire of him after the conference. I think I asked for some of your notes. And then after that, I think you invited me to a Wednesday night Bible study. I started coming over there. And there's just something about a person. When you see a certain element in a person, you see their heart. Yeah. And you see they're not jiving. They come from the same walk you come from, the upbringing. And you're like, he's Church of God in Christ, and he knows what I know, but he knows a whole lot more. And so I remember sitting in the back of Bible study on a Wednesday night on the lower level of the African Village. And you started talking about the first Trinity being Asar, Set,
and Heru.
And I said, well, I don't know anything about this. I think I'm gonna have to go, because we were raised in the same upbringing. He might be older, but I should have heard about this. Set. I can't even talk right now. I should have heard about that Trinity. I should have heard about those names, and I hadn't. And so I thought I was going to leave, but you taught with such intensity, and you taught how, the plagiarizers came in and they changed the names, and how they change everything, and how they steal and put their name on everything we do. And that started making sense. And so it was enough for me to hang around a little bit longer. And again, I think you have the crowd and the followers and supporters you have, Dr. Hagins, because people see your heart.
Wonderful. Thank God.
You're not jiving on this truth
that
you, and I think yourself, myself, different ones that are coming into the knowledge, we're the perfect people to give this truth of African liberation, because we were taught very strict, and for us to come into more knowledge and to teach that, people have to stop and look and say, wait a minute, let me just listen to her. Let me hear her out.
There you go.
And that's what you did for me. You've changed my life. You've changed my life completely. I don't take away any credit from my upbringing.
I got you. I know that's right.
My foundation was really fundamental for me to stop and even listen to you. I think without that foundation, I would not have been able to take the time and to listen to you. How does the scripture says, one watereth, or one planet?
One plants the seed.
One water.
God sends somebody else along to water the seed.
And then
it's God that gives the increase.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's what I feel like has happened in my life. My parents, my teachers at that time gave me the best that they had.
Got it.
They gave me all that they had. And as far as they were concerned, it was the utmost truth, because that was all that they knew.
That's all they knew, yes.
And so I took it. It was in my heart, and I ran with it. And then I ran into another teacher who began to build upon that principle, who began to pull out some of the muddy water, things that weren't true, and to substitute it with the clear water so that I could see clearly. And I believe that's what God wants to do in all of our lives.
That's where I feel we are.
Exactly.
That's where I feel we are now, Exactly. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, we can.
Okay, cool.
We can jump in.
As you were talking, I'm sitting here just thinking back, man. When I don't know if you guys out there can relate to this whole, when I say a foxhole buddy, all military people know what I'm talking about. In combat, you have somebody in that trench with you. That person is called your foxhole buddy.
Okay.
And the interesting thing about a foxhole buddy is, if your foxhole buddy doesn't watch your back, and if you don't watch their back, neither one of you guys are coming home. Got me?
Important.
And a lot of times, the foxhole buddy has to not just be committed to the warfare, but they have to also be committed to their foxhole buddy.
To the welfare of
to the welfare. That's right. Thank you.
To
That's
the
perfect way of saying it.
That's their foxhole
And
buddy.
that is what I'm thinking back on. Those who have been a part of the African village for the last almost 30 years. Ain't that deep, man?
30 years.
Almost 30 years we're going on here.
Ooh, that's a long time.
It is a long time.
That's a long time.
You know, wow. That almost took me to another direction. But for those who have been in the trench with me, you know, there are people who have been a part of the warfare, just like in any war.
Yes.
There are other soldiers over there fighting and what have you. Okay, and they're fighting in the same war, but they're not your foxhole buddy. That means everything.
Yes.
You know, your foxhole buddy is that person who is not just committed to the warfare itself of African liberation in this case, but also committed to the messenger who brings that liberation. You follow me? And that's what you guys have been to me. When I say that, I'm not ashamed to name names. When I say that, I'm talking about you. You know, I'm talking about Sister Shirley, as we said. Shirley, yes. You know, and that, and you talking about a warrior. Woo. Man, Shirley might be
small
little
in stature, but ooh, don't mess with her. Don't get her to fight.
I can hear her now. She listens to her.
Yeah, we need her on the show.
Yeah, right. Okay, Shirley, if you're listening, we love you so very much.
Yes, we love you. We miss you so
much.
Yeah,
and not the family, Tracy, you know,
yes,
all the whole family.
Yes.
Just support the work.
Yes.
Regardless.
Yes.
Or in spite of.
Yes.
You know, of course, I cannot leave out my warrior, bodyguard, chief of security, brother. Brother, I'm almost about to cry. Brother Kenneth Van Buren. That's right. Major.
That's a warrior.
Major Kenneth Van Buren. Man, that dude, even to this day, even though we haven't met, the African Village has been closed for in-person fellowship since February of 2020, was it?
Yeah.
2020, when the pandemic, the pandemic, when it came upon us. We had a lot of elderly people, okay? And to protect the elders, you know, keep them safe, we just wouldn't meet. So we just stopped, and it's been virtual fellowship like this ever since then.
4 years.
You know, and the audience is growing constantly, you know. I'm just excited about, man.
Yeah, it's growing.
You know.
But talking about Major Van Buren, he definitely has your back. You know,
I know he does.
He called me last week. He was like, "You check on Doc. You talk to him." I said, "I just talked to him." I said, "Something happened. Is he okay?" He said, "Oh, he okay. I just want to make sure you talk to him." I said, "I did." And he was about to say, I think you need to go check on him. And I said, before he could say it, I'm about to go check on him. I need to go lay eyes on our chief elder and see for myself how he's doing. I know you have another visitor, Brother Sean.
Brother Sean was the week before.
A couple weeks ago.
And brother, for those who don't know, Brother Sean Beasley is our coordinator of events for the Detroit, Michigan area.
Yes.
You know, and it was good to have him here.
He's been concerned about you too. And so he said, I'm going to see Dr. Ray.
Sure did.
I was like, well, you go ahead. And he called me back. He's good. He looks good. You could tell he's been sick a little bit, but he's good. He's good. And I said, well, I need to go see for myself. Let me go find out for myself. And when I got here yesterday, I saw you still standing strong, a little bit smaller.
Yeah, a lot smaller. Look at my clothes. I got to buy a whole new wardrobe here, guys. I done lost so much weight. Yeah. As you were.
Yeah. The stature, your whole being is still there. There's nothing missing from those warm hugs.
I got you.
That what you give to a person when you're in their presence, that's still there. It's hearty as ever. And I said, he's still here. He's still on the path, fighting for liberation, loving his people. And I love to see that you're still trying to stay here as long as you can with us. Keep teaching.
I ain't going nowhere.
I believe you. I'm here now. I believe you.
I ain't going nowhere.
He ain't going nowhere. He got to work to do.
Don't y'all let the devil play with y'all mind like that. I ain't going nowhere.
He's not going anywhere. The pendulum is swinging. The leaf is still blowing. God has given you a gust of air.
Y'all's presence kind of. Oh man.
Yeah, it's good. So, it's always good to be in your presence. I was just thinking, wow, I'm here with Dr. Ray again. It's been literally years. It's been a while.
It's been a while since you've been here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we came last year for a celebration.
That's right. Yeah, yeah.
But you weren't doing too well that weekend, so we didn't see very much of you.
Right.
Very much. But it's a totally different visit now. So I'll say to the family, keep praying, keep calling out his name, sending positive energy this way because it's working. He's getting it.
I can't help it. I got too much love around me, man.
Yeah.
Yesterday was. We want to talk about yesterday?
Yeah, let's talk about yesterday.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I got jokes.
Brothers and sisters, yesterday I decided, of course, ministers too are coming from so far away, and of course my family, my daughter and my grandchildren are here, and so we decided to just get on the boat, get out on the water yesterday on the lake, and do a cruise of Lake Sinclair, and we had a ball, man. We had this is Queen Mother Naila right now.
That is my spiritual name, family, but he's got jokes today.
So, y'all remember the name, Queen Mother Naila. That's the name I gave her when we went to Kemet, right?
Years ago.
And so as you look through the pictures, okay, you just might see Queen Mother Naila in the pictures yesterday out of Lake Sinclair. We had so much fun, man.
We had so much fun.
I'm gonna say this, and people, I'm serious about this. Yesterday I posted on my Facebook page this phrase: 2 men looking through prison bars. One saw mud, the other saw stars.
Wow.
Did y'all get that message in that?
2 different paradigms.
Okay. Both men were in the same condition. They were in prison, looking through prison bars. One was looking down, and the other was looking up. When you look down, you see mud. When you look up, you see stars. And I had to adopt that concept.
Yes.
To get myself, y'all ain't gonna lie to you, I was in a pit of depression. I got broadsided. Here I am living life, traveling all over the place, teaching, and then these doctors tell me I'm in end-stage kidney disease. And then it's like, okay, where'd that come from? I don't even know what that is, man. And I did so much research. I watched so many videos about that I was feeding the negative energy.
Yes. That's all you were hearing.
You found, yeah.
Yes.
So, people were sending me videos, texting me messages on what I need to do. Everybody, a lot of y'all out there sending me recipes and you need to start taking this, you need to start taking that. In other words, what I'm trying to say is everybody was focusing on kidney disease
on your illness
instead of living life. You understand? Yeah, and I had to tell brother just the other day, y'all, I don't have time to think about that stuff no more. Okay, because when I think about it, I get depressed. It doesn't lift my spirit. I'm gonna live.
Yeah.
Okay. And more than half of the battle is your attitude.
Yes, it is. Your thoughts.
Yeah.
Thoughts,
your mind can kill you.
Yes, it can.
In fact, as I was writing last night, I thought it came to me. I was killing myself in advance. Does that make sense, people? Killing myself in advance.
And I think that's what the medical profession wants us
That's what they want us. That's exactly what they want us to do.
That.
Feed
off that horrible death sentence they're trying to give us.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
Yeah, and especially the elderly. Okay, and I have to be honest with y'all, I'm in that category now. I don't like the idea that I am, but I praise God that I'm here.
That's right.
I made it this far. I look at young people today in their 20s and 30s, man, dying, dropping dead. So I thank God for extending my life to the point that it is. Here we are, the Leaf. You just told everybody what brought you out here. You know what you want to see for yourself.
I needed to check on my friend.
Okay.
Dr. Ray is my chief elder, spiritual leader, pastor, and he's my friend. And I can't even imagine the impact. I can't even imagine what'll go out through the earth realm if something happens to you. Because I think the earth realm feels that when we lose our great leaders and teachers who've made
I can relate
such an impact on our lives. So I just had to dismiss that. And I said, okay, as I go, I'm going to be praying, sending positive energy. And just said, I need to spend some time with you. We need to talk. We need to share, be in each other's presence. And so I'm glad that the Almighty allowed it to happen. So
we had fun yesterday.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
Know, and then we came back to the house and just sat around and fellowship and talk. You know, and of course, others were on the boat with us. Mm-hmm. We just had a great time, man. Now listen, I gotta interject something here right quick, okay? People, please don't misunderstand what I'm about to say. When I posted on Facebook about Brother Sean visiting, about Brother Jeremiah Kamara visiting, okay, I think some of you guys out there took that as a signal or a message or to give you the idea that you can come visit me too. Okay. Now, don't get me wrong. You're more than welcome to come visit me. Okay. Or what have you, or, you want to come see me in person. Not a problem. I can meet you at a restaurant. I don't let everybody in my home. Okay. And if you're watching and you say, oh, I'd like to go see Dr. Hagen's home, you got the wrong spirit already. Okay. Wrong spirit.
Stop.
And I say that seriously, family. I have to protect my space.
Yes.
Got me? Okay. And the only people I allow in my space are people that I invite into my space. Mm-hmm. If you try to invite yourself into my space, you'll never get in it.
That's right.
Okay. Please understand what I'm saying. Okay. This is not a museum. This is not for show.
No. This is your home, your resting place.
It's the only place I have on this planet that is my safety zone.
Yes.
You follow me? So I'm very careful. And let's put it this way. Almost 30 years in St. Well, let's say the 25 years in St. Louis. Mm-hmm. I can't say that I had 10 members in 25 years from the African Village to come to my home.
I believe you.
And I guess it has come a lot to do with my upbringing, because being a PK, we had folk in the church that just felt like they had the right to stop by the house whenever they got ready, and I can't allow that.
And the Saints did that more back then.
They sure did. It don't happen so much now, but back then they sure did.
Well, now we're the leaders. We were the recipients. We were watching all that happen. We're like, when I get grown, it's not going to happen the way they did it. But it still was coming from a good place.
Yeah. Another lesson I learned with that, and you can relate to, you probably know who exactly I'm talking about as I say this. I've learned that not everyone can handle what you have.
Oh my God. Say that again.
Now, don't get me wrong. I ain't got a lot, but what I have, right? Mm-hmm. I have a car. I have a boat, as you guys seen in my Facebook page. I've had people who I thought could handle me sharing what I have with them.
Blessings. That's right.
And they couldn't handle it.
Yeah.
Because what happened is envy. And it didn't start off as jealousy. It started off as envy. Oh, I wish I could do what you do. I wish I had what you had. And that envy turned into jealousy. Mm-hmm. Okay, resulting in wrong behavior, that kind of thing. So I've learned painfully, you can't just open your life up to everybody, because they can't deal with it all the time.
And on top of that, Dr. Ray, it's not so much the possessions you have, what God has blessed you with. When the enemy comes in your camp, and they don't mean you any good anyway.
There you go.
And they see the peace and the joy that you have with this stuff.
Yeah.
That's the issue.
Yeah.
They start going out painting a bad picture about you.
See,
they're jealous of the peace.
Ain't that'll preach?
They jealous of the peace.
That will preach right there.
You got all this, whatever it is you have, your resources, and it hasn't changed you.
I see what you're saying.
You're going about your day still being Dr. Ray, still giving out love, knowledge, truth, and you're still humble, kind to people. Mm. People want that kind of peace and joy, and only, like they told us, only God can give it.
Yeah,
it comes from centering yourself, being still with God, letting God meditate. I mean, you meditating, let God speak to you. I am learning the enemy does not want us to have that kind of peace and enjoy the resources that God has given us. It's the peace that they're envious of.
Yeah, and one of the things I also learned is, we say God do this, God do that, God give me this, God, God will do things in your life.
Mm-hmm.
I hope this makes sense when I say it. God will do things in your life, or even bless you to have things in your life. Let me use another analogy.
Mm-hmm.
I remember one day I was praying for someone in our ministry,
mm-hmm.
part of my staff, who stabbed me in my back.
Uh-oh.
I'm telling like it is, right? Keep it real. I'll be nice and everything. I ain't gonna call no name right now, but that's the kind of stuff I've had to deal with. She watched me go through it too. Okay. And I remember that day I was praying for this person, and in my spirit, these are the words I got. I will make your enemy your footstool when you learn not to step on them. Okay. Like in other words, I could have been retaliatory.
Yes.
But okay, you get the point of what I'm trying to say.
That comes from a knowingness. When you know that God's got you.
Mm-hmm.
You can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
You would not have received that if you didn't know. I'd have been through some stuff before, and God's got me. Whatever they may try to do.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of a song. Fred Hammond put out a song about peace. I can't think of it right now. It'll come to me. But it's all it's about what he tries to do. He may try to do something, but it doesn't mean it's going to succeed. So that knowingness comes from, I got a relationship with God. Yeah. And if he's telling me to pray for this person with all that I've got, as if I don't even know their objective, their mission, their what's in their mind, to pray for them in spite of, then I must know God has a greater victory coming for me on the other side of that. Mm-hmm. And you cannot do that unless you know that you know that you know that you know God's got me on this path.
That's it.
To fulfill a certain mission, and I got to do it, And
what better foxhole buddy to have than God?
I know that's right.
As you would, I don't know if I ever shared with you. You guys out there might have heard me talk about this accident that I had in 1982, where I was run over by my mother's car. And I remember in the therapy sessions that I had to go to, physical therapy sessions from the accident, I went to the one session and I'm laying on this lady's table, and she said, "Oh my God!" And I said, "What's wrong? What's the problem?" And she said, "You have these two beings." Did I ever tell you about that?
No.
Wow. I thought sure I met her. She said, "You have these two beings that are with you." Okay. One is standing at your head, and the other standing at your feet. Now, of course, I'm thinking, okay, this woman, she's crazy. She's a physical therapist, right? What about seeing something that's not even standing here?
Right.
And she said, the one at the head is real tall. And the one at your feet is real short, but he's the mean one. And they're here to protect you, right? And I never forgot that. She said, they're here to protect you. They're not going to let anything happen to you. They've been with you all your life.
Yes.
And I began to, God, dog it. Boy. I began to think back on the times in my life where death was right there. And I got past it by the power of grace of the Most High God. And she said, I know one the I can't even call the name, Azar, not Asar, but Azar is the name of the little short one. Okay. And he will kill for you. That kind of thing, right? Whoa. And I think about you've been, listen, come on, let's keep it real. Look at the people who've come to the village that tried to hurt me.
We saw it.
Right? And they're dead.
Yes.
I mean, James Henderson
died.
Tried to lead this whole protest against me. Man just dropped dead on his job.
Oh, yes.
Another member who tried to cause a massive boycott. Okay. Sister Harriet. Call it like it is.
Yes.
All right, elders.
Yes.
Okay. Got under the influence of one of the other staff members. And
yes. Gone.
And here lady had leukemia for years. Okay.
Was living with it.
And got involved in that foolishness of insurrection. And what comes back? The leukemia and took her out of here.
Took her out.
Look at those. Look, and there are others.
There are others.
I mean, I'm thinking about the fact that, you remember that Sunday?
You took a trip?
No, we were sitting in church.
Okay.
Remember that Sunday? And they tried to have me put out.
Oh, yeah.
And so I'm standing in the pulpit and I say to the people, y'all, who's behind this? And nobody would admit to it.
Right.
And I said, y'all listen, if you don't agree with what I'm doing, there's the door.
Right.
You remember that Sunday?
I remember.
There's the door. And y'all, I'm not exaggerating. Minister Stewart is here testified to herself. I think the sister was sitting right behind you or something like that. And she said, your ass is the one that's going to be going out that door.
I hate that memory. I hate
you remember that?
That was a horrible day for me.
Y'all don't know the stuff I've been through in the African village.
Cussing in the church.
Yeah.
That was the former pastors.
Former pastor children.
That almost made me leave too, because I was just starting to go there. I said, how do you say it some Sundays? Where is I?
Yeah, where I is.
Where I is. I couldn't. I said, where am I?
Yeah.
It was. We've gone through some stuff. Yeah. But this just hit me. The song came to me. No weapon,
formed against me shall prosper.
Prosper. It won't work. And the key word is prosper.
Yeah.
It didn't say no weapons are ever going to form. That's not the statement. No weapons formed against me shall prosper. And if you've been standing with God long enough, you learn how to stand even stiller and say, God, they swarming all around me. They come into the front, back, side, but I know you got me. And God will cause them to fall at your very side. You'll see them begin to fall one by one because you trust in the Almighty. So God and the ancestors, my God, know how to keep us. And I know, I was about to say, I believe, I know that's what they've been doing for you. Because he ain't through with you yet.
Yeah, I got it.
Got more to give. That leaf was trying to touch the ground. It was trying to get there. God said, let me send that gust of wind like only I can do.
Yeah.
And now you're going in a different direction.
Yeah.
And I think that direction you spoke about last week is powerful.
Okay.
It's powerful because the one who is the most learned always has to be the most humble. We got to go back to that word humility.
Gotta preach.
The most learned has to go back to the second grade level, if that's where the person is standing. That's their understanding. The most, astute, learned, or whatever, has to go to where that person is. Come up with an analogy. Come up with a parable that they can understand. Listen to the stuff that you've passed already, that appears to be foolishness and folly, but because you know more, we got to go back and reach them many times in humility.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
Because it's a lot of stuff I don't want to do now that I'm doing, but I'm sitting. I don't know if I want to tell the family.
Okay.
Sitting in a little class in my town, Dallas, that I really do want to sit in.
Okay.
And I said, God, I'm not going to sit in that. He want me to come and sit and listen in a little Bible study. And I said, I can't do it, God. I can't. I'm not. And God spoke to me, as we say, I didn't hear outside audible voice. It's in my spirit. How can people ever learn what you know?
Right. Okay.
If you're not among them.
There you go.
We get so caught up in what we know. And then we begin to belittle other people, put them down. God chose you to go on a different path before, at a time when other people weren't ready.
Yeah.
I mean, this consciousness is so much in the air now. As everybody's saying, they're woke.
People, I don't
know about woke. I don't know about woke, but consciousness.
The proper term would be I'm waking up.
Right.
Not I'm woke.
Right.
I don't say I'm woke.
I don't like that either.
Okay. I say I'm wakening.
Yes.
I'm waking.
The awakening is here.
It's an ongoing process.
Yes. And so I remember many times I would share with a real tight group of friends of mine. We grew up together, grade school, high school, college, and we shared to this very day in a text thread. And, throughout the years, I would come back sharing with them what I've learned and saw in Egypt, brought them gifts, and I'd be talking about what I know, and that's not exactly accurate. This is the accurate way to say it, and they would just look like, "Where's Karen? We've lost her. Where is she? She's our God person, and we don't know where she is now. She's back in the day growing up. She's our Jesus person.
Yeah,
she brought us to where we are. Where is she? And now all of a sudden, I had a friend tell me a couple of weeks ago, she had another friend who wasn't brought up in church, was brought up spiritually, went to Africa. Girl came back in tears, telling my one friend, saying, I almost called her name, "Sis, you got to go."
Okay.
And the story she told about the love she experienced, embracing her African brothers and sisters over in the motherland, the things that she was taught by the natives, the Africans, our people. I love the way you say, if you want to learn something about a person, go to them.
Yep.
If you want to learn about Italian people, go ask the Italians.
That's right.
If you want to learn about African people, go ask African people that look like you. And she told me the other day, she said, "Karen, you was just before your time." She said, we could not tap into anything you were saying. And so I learned
I see what you're saying.
to leave it alone, because I wanted them to still love me and respect me. And I wanted to love and respect them, and no sense of me causing an argument or dispute because y'all can't get what I got. Why y'all don't understand it? They haven't walked where you've walked. They haven't experienced God and the travels and the teacher that has been teaching for years, and you go to the church and you're committed, and the teachers you brought into the church, all of that becomes your experience. So just because we drop a one-liner on a person or 2 lines, we want them to get what we got, and it took us years to get where we are now.
Yeah.
And we get mad. But again, we go back to that scripture. Perhaps I was just the one to plant. Karen said that 15, 20 years ago. Somebody comes along, they water. And it goes back to the Almighty. It's God that's going to get the increase.
Right.
God wants the praise. He wants to bring us back to...
In fact, the entire process is orchestrated by the Most High.
Yes.
Every obstacle that you had to deal with, every resistance, every disappointment, every stab in the back.
Oh my God.
All that was a part of the efficacious, remember that word?
Efficaciously.
The efficacious working of the Most High.
Yes.
Efficacy, brothers and sisters, means when circumstances and situations are strategically or orchestrated by a higher power to bring to pass where you are supposed to be. That's what that means. That's efficacy. Okay. And efficacy, the person who works efficaciously in our lives is the Most High. And our ancestors.
And the ancestors.
I don't even pray in the name of Jesus no more. I say in the name of my ancestors, in the name of Daisy. Okay. I'm talking about the people who really suffered, bled, and died for me.
That's right.
In the name of Eileen Gilmore,
that's right.
I pray this prayer.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. In the name of my family who's gone before me, because they are the ones that have given me life.
Sacrifice.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not a fabricated figure of the Roman Catholic Church.
That's right. Yeah.
And y'all don't have to pray that way. That's how I pray.
Yeah.
Because that's my reality. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whoa, man. I am so... Karen, I tell you.
I'm full today.
Yeah.
I feel like shouting.
You reminded me of Shout Like You Got It.
Okay.
And last week I played some of the music of my friend and brother, Bishop Norman Hutchins. I didn't get a chance to load it up, another one of his songs today, so we won't get to hear his music today. But I'm seeing where God is taking me, back to the point we were just making, the new direction. Okay. It's like somebody said last week as we were going off the air. So you're returning to your roots, right? And I had to answer. I think I said it before I went off the air. I said, no, I'm not returning to my roots. I never left my roots. I just learned more.
We built upon them.
Yeah. And let me talk about that for a minute. Let me share something with y'all. Minister Stewart opened the doors. I'm gonna go here with this, okay? Please don't make the mistake of thinking that a book that I read by any of our so-called scholars, okay, is why I'm where I am today. Long before I understood anything about Kemet or Africa or the motherland, I grew up in something called holiness.
Mm-hmm.
That's what my parents called it.
Yes.
Okay. Now, what really did it for me was, holiness without which no man shall see the Lord, all that kind of stuff. Okay. you know the teachings, right?
Oh God,
every Sunday be ye holy, for I am holy, and all that kind of stuff. Right? What really did it for me is when I did begin to do the research and found out that Ma'at is best described with the words truth, justice, righteousness, holiness. Got me? Balance, reciprocity, da da da. So I found out that all this stuff I'm learning about African spirituality or Kemetic principles, I found out that my parents taught me all that.
Yeah.
They just didn't use the word Ma'at.
Exactly.
They didn't know about no Ma'at.
Exactly. No.
Okay. But they taught me the principle, which is the same. Call it what you want to call it. You can call the principle, you can call a rose a skunk blossom. It's still gonna smell like a rose.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can call it a stinkweed.
Yeah.
It's gonna smell just as sweet. You know why? Because of what it is.
Yeah. And I think what you've come along and done is reminded us that these principles that are us, this is who we are.
That's who we are. That's right.
It came from Africanness.
Yeah, teach.
It did not come from some European people coming to save us.
Teach.
It's interesting. My nephew, I have a nephew who's been in some trouble, and he calls me from time to time. And I was talking to him the other day, and I was telling him, young man, Tyler, stand still. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. Stand still. Stay at Granny's. And I just quoted the scripture. I said, stand still and see the salvation of the Lord. And he said to me, Auntie, what does salvation really mean?
Okay.
And I told him, I said, it means to be rescued. I said, stand still and experience the rescuing of the Lord, the deliverance of the Lord for you. If you stand still, stop running the streets, because we don't know what's out there, what's trying to grab you and get you, you're going to see the hand of God rescuing you up out of this situation, delivering you out of the situation. And he said, okay, Auntie.
He could grab that. Instead of me saying, well, salvation, you got to go lay up on the altar. Cry out to Jesus. He couldn't relate to that. Yeah. And so when one of your people that looks like you, talks like you, knows your life's experiences, comes back and reminds you that, hey, this essence that Big Mama was trying to teach you and put in you, it comes from you and your people. It's part of you. It's our nature. Yes, it makes you more readily want to practice that which is natural to you, instead of trying to adapt to thou shalt not, this list and that list and that list. Tap into the Almighty that's already in you, and let that resonate. And that's what you've come along and taught us, and that's where our great pride should come from, our readiness to want to commit to that which comes from us. And the world is waking up to that. Oh my God, it's so refreshing. I see it happening. I see it happening everywhere. And it's a lot of the young people.
Yes, it is. They're waking up to that.
Oh man.
It's refreshing to know all that stuff they've been telling us, the negative stuff. That's you all, you're black, you're ugly, you're stupid, you dumb. That's not true. That's lies. Y'all are liars. We are the truth.
Teach.
And when we come into that knowledge and we spread that to the young people and even to our elders, because the elders have been on earth long enough where they see now what we're talking about. They have experiences they haven't even talked to us about. Things they've experienced with the white man or what have you. And they're beginning to see, okay, this is a part of our essence. We knew to do right by our neighbor, whether a man or woman told us to or not. We telling the truth so much. I love it in the movie. Was it Roots? And one of the slave masters came to see Big Mama or something. Her son had run away. He was escaping.
Okay.
And he came to say bye to his mama. And Mama was so in tune with spirit and wanted to be righteous before God, not for the white man.
Mm-hmm.
She told one of her children, one of her daughters, tie my eyes up, baby. Put a blindfold on my eyes, baby. Put a handkerchief up there. I love that scene. And she said, because they had told her, whoever, give us a name, whatever, Drew was coming by tonight. He's going to say bye or whatever. And she said, I don't want to lie.
Right.
When the slave master come and ask me, had I seen him? Yeah, don't mess with us. Don't mess with it. Because we want to be right. We really do so bad. To keep from lying.
Blindfold me.
And they blindfold him, and whoever came by, and she hugged up on her son and loved up on him and kissed his face and touched his face.
That's right.
And he said goodbye and he left. And hours later, slave master came. Now, Miss Hannah, have you seen so and so? No, sir, master. I did not see him. I didn't mean to go there.
But no, that's a perfect example, because that's a type of warfare.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
In other words, in this war that we're fighting,
mm-hmm.
okay, you have to develop the ability
mm-hmm.
to what I would call constructive resistance.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
For example,
mm-hmm.
she knew what was going to happen.
She knew.
So she blindfolded herself so that when she would be asked, have you seen him?
Mm-hmm.
She wouldn't be lying.
She'd be lying. When she stand before the Almighty God that night and say her negative confessions or whatever she said, she ain't lie. She did not lie. I didn't see him. He didn't ask me anything else. He was done.
You're right. Man, I tell you.
So that's just the thing that works up in us. That's us as a people.
That's our nature.
That's our nature.
Now, notice what you said. That's our nature.
Yes.
So our oppressor
mm-hmm.
comes along and tells us not to be natural.
Pretty much.
Okay, to ourselves. And what's really deep about it is what's natural for us is supernatural for them.
Okay.
Did that make sense?
Like it takes extra effort. It's something great and big and mighty. Yeah. And it's like, that's natural.
This is beyond human ability.
Yes.
So
what's
natural for us, they end up calling it a miracle.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
That's
some deep stuff. Yeah. that's that innate, call it, knowing and working in us. We're just some great people. And it's time we wake up and realize it.
Yep. And see, that's why I got 2 young people in my house right now with me today. They're my grandchildren. Mm-hmm. That's why I want them to see their pop doing this. Mm-hmm. Okay. Because I want to give them the example, okay, of
they'll never forget this.
They won't forget it. They won't forget.
They'll never forget it.
This weekend.
Just what we experienced on the boat.
Yeah.
Black people don't do that. Yeah. We're starting to do it now. Let me watch how I say that. But the way we grew up, we talked about this on the boat ride. We didn't have excursions on the weekend. going on the boat.
No.
Our excursions were at
church,
Sunday, on the property in the back.
Band.
If we had Vacation Bible School, we were there. If we had an outing for the summer, we took all the children of the church to the church.
And
they brought the tables.
Is had Sunday school at camp.
Outside.
Sunday school at a camp. Sunday school at a campsite.
Yes. But
and they call that an outing.
Yes, but our scope is broadening now, and we're out here in the wind. And some of the other people who saw us, who used to be out there on the boats, they saw us and they were like, "Hey, you guys are looking good." Right. Like, I'm sure
y'all got a boat.
Honey, they have boats now. They're riding on boats. Yes, we are. We've been doing this.
Not a rowboat.
Right.
Oh, y'all, I tell you,
it was a beautiful thing.
It was so much fun.
Yeah, even them seeing us talk, as you say, share, the young people, they're going to take it that way.
Yeah. Now, you remember when I bought my pontoon?
Mm-hmm.
I bought it so that I could take the members of the African village on Mississippi River cruises. Mm-hmm. That's why I bought the thing. I didn't buy it for me. I bought it for the people in the village. And nobody wanted to get on it.
Fear, we're scared. You did a lot of things for the people, Dr. Ray. A lot of things. I look back upon when you are trying to take classes to get your pilot's license.
Lord, you remember that?
I remember a lot. And man, did this great teacher, he went through some stuff. He felt defeated when he didn't pass an exam, and he's like, I can't do this. But he was determined, and he went ahead and finished successfully and got his license. And then immediately you began trying to put together a program for
young people. That's right.
To teach young people
how to fly. Young hawks.
The young hawks. Overcome their fear. And 3 of the children you took were my nephews.
Right, sure did. And I got those pictures right now.
They were in the plane looking so scared. You got a picture of them. They looking out like, how did we get up here?
I remember those days, man.
But it's about exposure.
But they'll never forget it happened.
They'll never forget it.
That's right.
And had they continued, they'd been a different place.
That's right.
And so people that are jealous of wherever you stand, I tell people, when you're jealous of me, baby, have you been through all that I've been through? Have you been exposed to all that I've been exposed to? I didn't wake up and get to where I am overnight. It took a lot of different experiences. Yes. So that's what we want to do for our young people. We want to expose them to this great, big, wonderful world that God has given.
Expose them to life.
To life. Life is for living.
The church didn't give us life.
No.
And y'all, I mean that seriously. I mean, I'm not trying to attack the church, because as Minister Stewart said earlier, our elders and our parents gave us what they had to the best of their ability.
That's right.
You can't give what you don't have.
That's right.
Okay? If you don't have knowledge, how you going to give knowledge?
That's right.
Okay? You can't give out information if you don't have it, And the church did not give us the path to living. You understand? The church, a lot of you church folk listening to me right now, you are existing. You're not living.
That's right.
I mean, you're not enjoying your life. Some of y'all so damn. I'm sorry. Some of y'all so sad, so unhappy. Your home life is miserable. And that's not where you're supposed to be living, man. Okay, you should be living above that. Yeah. Okay, you should be. In fact, you should be living. What's the word I want to say? You should be living in such a way that when you walk, the breeze that comes from your passing someone ought to lift their spirit.
That'll preach.
When you walk past them, they ought to say, "Ooh, something about
who was that?"
Yeah, I go through that. I go through that sometime in the grocery store because of the oil that I wear.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They follow you. What is that you're wearing?
This old white lady one day was following. I was in Kroger, and I noticed after 2 or 3 aisles, she was in the aisle with me everywhere I went. Mm-hmm. And so it's like I turned around. I said, "May I help you?" And she said, "Sir, what are you wearing?"
It's that lady up.
She was. I said, I couldn't believe old white lady. She went. I told her, I said, "It's a fragrance I brought back from Africa." You've been to Africa? So I wanted to say, yes, I live.
Right.
I've learned how to live.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. I know some Christians who had a problem when we would always, people would go on trips, we're going on a trip, and we say, "Have fun."
Mm-hmm.
And somebody I love dearly said, "Why do y'all always say have fun?" Because that's why we're going on a trip. We want to have fun. And they meant it sincerely from their heart, because they would have said, stay watchful, be watchful, be prayerful.
Right, be prayerful.
And they didn't mean any harm with that. But for us to always just say, have fun, that's part of the balance.
Yeah.
You got to have some fun. And I'm still learning how to have fun. People tell me I'm so serious. You're too serious.
Well, I ain't gonna lie to you. Your parents did. They kind of put a lot in you.
Yeah, they made me serious as a child, and so it's still on me.
They put so much principle in you.
Yeah.
Okay, that you ain't.
To loosen up is something I don't know. That's what they tell me in Dallas. You need to loosen up, and I'm like, really?
But I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm glad you don't.
Okay.
I mean, no, really. What am I trying to say? You are the way you are, but that's what makes you Minister Karen Stewart.
Yes.
Follow me? If you were anything other than that, you probably wouldn't be sitting here right now.
Oh.
Really, I mean that.
Okay.
In other words, what I saw in you were principles.
Mm.
You just have principles that you live by. you know, and your parents had put that in you. My parents put it in me. And, you know, it ain't about particulars. Mm-hmm. It's about principle. That needs to be on the shirt.
Yeah, it ain't about particulars.
It's not about what you specifically think or believe or whatever. That doesn't matter. In fact, I was sharing with someone the other day, I am an epistemologist at this point in my growth and development. They didn't know what that word meant. Why are you using that big word? Because that's the word. Okay, epistemology means I don't care what you believe. Mm-hmm. And that's where I am now, family. I want you guys to understand that. Okay, and that's why I said I feel that the Most High has taken me in another direction here. It's not about what you believe. It's not about what I believe. Okay, I don't care what that is. What I want to know is, why do you believe what you believe? Mm-hmm. That's what epistemology is. Okay, so don't allow our particulars to continually divide us.
Yes, that's it right there.
Yeah,
I'm typing that up. That's heavy.
Oh, that's right. You make notes in your phone.
That's right.
You know, Steve, I was looking at a minister on television the other day, mm-hmm. and he was fussing about folk in church with their cell phones, mm-hmm. you know, mm-hmm. and I don't know what he think they're doing, but several people standing around him doing what you're doing right mm-hmm. now, taking notes on what he was saying.
They're all on my phone. I have notes from the African Village from years ago.
Wow.
From years ago. I can pull them up.
That's deep.
That's right.
So family, understand, I use the word scruples, okay? Mm-hmm. Scruples. Everybody has scruples, mm-hmm. but your scruples are really not that important to me. Mm-hmm. They're important to you. Mm-hmm. They're not important to me. What's important to me is, how did you come to those scruples? Mm-hmm. If you can break that down for me, then we can get somewhere. Okay. Now, actually, what I'm saying is what 1 Peter 3:15 says. Okay. 1 Peter 3:15 says, but sanctify the Lord God in your heart, okay? Mm-hmm. And be ready always to explain to people why you believe the way you do. It didn't say be willing to explain to people what you believe. Mm-hmm. Explain to them why you believe what you believe. If you can't do that, hey man,
we struggle with that a lot.
You dust in the wind.
Probably because we haven't really been properly taught. We got caught up in emotion and the hypeness of that's part of who we are too. We are. I don't know if you agree. You don't say we're emotional people, or do you?
Yes,
we're emotional people. Yeah. So
especially y'all female.
Anyways, but we get caught up in that, and sometimes at the end of the day, we can't tell a person what we learned or did we learn anything.
Okay,
it's just the hype was good for the day.
Yeah,
and it made me feel good. And
okay, I got that.
And
so people get a fix.
But you know what? I'm not going to totally denounce that. Because in many respects, that has been enough up until this time to free us from the ugliness we face as we go back into this world. It's been enough. A lot of people don't have that, and they're taking themselves out. They can't handle. They can't cope. They can't. They drink. They do stuff in excess.
You know why?
Because they don't have that.
Children need to play.
Okay.
If your spiritual growth level is still that of a child, you need all that emotionality.
Okay.
You need
that's where a lot of people are.
You need a great deal of emotionality to exist, to make you even think that you're victorious.
Because we haven't learned other principles, disciplines of being still.
Exactly.
And reading books. I was hearing
we haven't grown up.
We haven't grown up.
When I was a child, I spake as a child.
Yeah.
I thought like a child. I acted like a child.
Yes, that's where we are.
But when I became a man,
put away.
I don't need all that stuff no more. I don't need to be running around the church screaming, hallelujah. Right. I don't need all that.
Yeah.
I've grown up.
Yeah. And people realize that, and even pastors are beginning to say, some of you all who run to the altar every Sunday.
Yeah, wow. I've heard pastors say that.
At one point, I thought they loved it, but now they're even saying, come on now. When does your growth start?
Especially when you come every Sunday for the same thing.
And you run to the altar. Where is your development?
Where is it?
Are you becoming a man or woman? Or you like being a child? So,
man, I tell you, I'm sorry. I'm just happy. I'm so happy right now. I mean it. I am so happy right now, because God, I have to give God the credit. And for those of you out there who have a problem with the word God, that's your fault. Okay. I know what I mean when I say God. The Most High, the creative force of the universe, brought us to this point, Karen. Here we are.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. But get ready. Because we're just getting started on the next level.
And you know what I just felt as you were saying that? You said to get ready. I know God's getting ready to use me more than what I really wanted to be used in the past. But I feel like that wind that you talked about is going to get behind us and make it easier.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We call it, and as a pilot, we call it tailwind.
That awakening that is in the air already, it's going to make it easier. So when we drop a word, it's going to germinate easier. People, they're going to say, I got that, I received. I've been looking for something like that. Because at first, when it was so much, you're up against so much resistance, controversy. Yeah. People talk about you just walk away. But I think God is getting rid of a lot of that. He's going to make this thing easier for us. I'm not saying it's going to be all easy, because that's not the way, but it's going to be easier because the tailwind.
I remember talking to a sister, and she had a problem with what I was saying at first, and she went home and told her son what I was talking about. She couldn't really tell him the detail, but she was able to grasp enough to share with him the essence of what I was saying. And he said, Ma, that's what I've been trying to tell you.
So it's coming around.
She called me and she said, my son learned what you're talking about in prison. He came home from prison and told me I needed to change. And I didn't want to hear him because, as far as I'm concerned, he didn't know what he was talking about. But he learned in a prison cell about our African liberation.
And it's a shame. That's many times the only time our brothers will sit still enough, long enough to get something in there. You know, it's a lot being taught in prison.
You know what I just thought about? Junebug.
Oh, did you?
her brother. Karen, who's this?
He did. We were on a trip. We were driving somewhere. And my brother said, now who can finish these sentences? He was playing a game with my sister. I wasn't trying to play the game. He said, now if I start a phrase, who can finish it and who said it? And when that brother said, there will be no rapture, he said, what's the rest of it? I looked at my turn. He said, and what? Jesus is not coming back? He said, Karen, who said that? I said, no, you didn't. I said, Dr. Ray. He said, see, I knew you'd know that one. So it's out there.
It's out there.
It's out there.
Oh, my goodness.
It's out there.
And I'm going to be honest with you. I am so thankful. I am so thankful. For the privilege of being a messenger of truth. It was painful years ago, to be a truth speaker. When your own mother put you out of the house and folk walk off in your congregation that you thought had your back. They say, we with you, pastor, no matter what. And then you came and say one thing and all of them, they all scattered like roaches. That's painful,
Yes, it is.
But I wouldn't trade, Karen, I would not trade 1 second of what I've been through for where I am today. I mean that. I look at my audience here. You guys with us online with us every week. Every week you're online, and you guys, you here with me, hit that like button, man. I don't know whatever the like button is, hit it there if you're on YouTube. Okay. If you're not, go ahead and subscribe, get the numbers up, and so you are a testimony to the world of the truth. That's what will make us free.
Yes, that's it.
Are you pulling up something good? What is it?
No, I'm good. I'm my mind is going everywhere. I'm reading comments too. Somebody said, Karen, you may need to stay over there for a bit. I just figured out what made the difference between last week and this week in Dr. Ray.
What makes the difference?
I don't. She didn't say, or he. Is it a Glenn Johnson? Somebody did comment went up.
Okay.
I guess they can just see their countenance has changed. It's lighter.
Oh yeah, shucks. There it is. Glenn Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
You may need to stay over
there for a bit.
Yeah. You know, it's like, you know what it, you know, it's like my dad when he was preaching, mm-hmm. even though he wasn't the best preacher, mm-hmm. you know, he'd grab his ear. I feel my help coming on. that's what he would say, you know. And when he said, I feel my help coming on, we knew that he was coming to an end. We're getting ready to go. The music getting ready to start playing and all that kind of stuff. But my help is here today. You see?
I needed this too.
Really?
I needed this. This is good. It's good.
Yeah.
The village is everything.
Well, where are we on time? Okay, we still got a little ways to go yet. But I'm so thankful. I want to thank you in front of everybody for hanging in there with me through it all.
It was natural. You
know, y'all, I'll be honest with you. I've said this several times, but there were days when I wanted to say later for this. I don't have to put up with this foolishness, this mess.
A lot of it.
You know, and this sister right here would encourage me and help me to stay focused on my mission. You know, and if it had not been for you, Karen, really, I mean that. I say that to the world. If it had not been for you, I would have walked away from this foolishness long time. I would have walked away from the foolishness in St. Louis. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't have walked away from my assignment, okay? But putting up with them brothers and sisters, because Missouri, that's why I call it misery.
State of misery.
It has a whole different energy.
It does. It really does.
I mean,
it really does. When I go back home,
it take Major Van Buren to tell you about it. I remember he would go with me when I go to speak places. And when we returning back to St. Louis, and we get over to St. Louis Airport, he'd be looking out the window, and he'd look at me and say, well, we're back.
Just as dry and dead. I think a lot of people experience that. Once they get out and start traveling and seeing how other states bring them energy and joy, and they can feel growth, and they go back home to St. Louis, they just like,
go back. Can I? Did I live here?
Do I live here?
Yeah. You know, and I want to do this. I don't want to. Earlier we started calling out names of people in the village that were so important to my being where I am today. I cannot omit or forget to say names like Elder Robert Lee.
Yeah. I knew you were going to say him, Elder Lee.
Elder Robert Lee. Elder Robert Lee has been our chairman of trustees.
Yes.
That man, I remember when they were trying to get rid of me and put me out, take me to court and everything. That man stood against his family.
Yes, he did.
For me. I mean, all his family turned and went. He stayed he was my foxhole buddy. You follow what I'm saying?
That's because he got to know your heart.
Yeah, exactly.
Once you see that a man is standing on his square, giving all that he can from his insides, you're like, I'm gonna stick with that brother. Hell or high water, I'm gonna stick. And a lot of your elders, Elder Lucas,
Elder Juanita Lucas,
God
exactly.
Bless the soul of Elder Comey White.
Elder Comey, oh my God, can't forget him.
Wow.
Elder Comey White. That man made sure that everything would be okay for Pastor Ray.
He did. He came early.
He sure did.
The air was right when we walked in there. It was cool in the summertime.
Right. He sure is.
All the office doors were unlocked, waiting on us. He did it all. He did it all. He was he was always encouraging us from his seat when we were up teaching. He was all right. He'll never be forgotten. Yeah. Elder Ari Williams.
Elder Ari Williams, man.
Elder Edwina Lucas. Elder Edwina Lindsay.
That's right. And these are elders who have made their transition now.
Yes.
But their life and sacrifice while they were there in the African village is almost like God placed them there to be the backbone, the support when we had our rough times. You know,
Magwood.
Doris Magwood. Now she hasn't transitioned yet.
No, she has not.
So yeah, we don't want her. We don't want from who else the Magwood passed off, because you know how we are. We hear a little bit of something, take it and run with it. Yeah. Why didn't you tell me if she passed away? She didn't pass away. We just calling her name.
We just call Miss Faithful.
Oh my God.
Who else?
I'm thinking of the elders. I remember when Elder Lucas went home one day to her husband and said, "I think we done made a mistake. We got the wrong man."
I don't remember that.
Yeah, she told me about it. And her husband said, "Why you say that?" He said, "Because he's gonna tell me Jesus never existed." And the man said, "You stay right there in that church. I've been trying to tell you that for the longest."
And you keep learning.
He told us that. And she stayed because her husband knew what I was talking about. She didn't know. And here today, she's our queen mother now for the African village. Man, look at
what
those.
Are some of the other families? I'm trying to think.
Man,
y'all gonna be mad at me. I've been gone a while, so it's like I have to work this brain. You know who you are, but it's been a blessing. All of us coming together. Sister Valerie
oh my God, we can't forget Valerie.
Sister Valerie's my girl.
Valerie Henson. Valerie Henson is our office manager.
Yes.
Well, we we're selling the building now, and Sister Valerie would be there working in the office, even though we weren't meeting anymore. You know. And so we're forever grateful to Sister Valerie Henson for loving the ministry and loving the minister, you know, above all. Yeah, that means so much.
She has been faithful.
Yes, she has.
So faithful.
Yes, she has.
She would still call me.
Can't quit. She can't. Okay.
No, she would call me. I'm away in Dallas, asking me questions, asking for advice. Just a true sister. True sister.
Can't leave out Queen Prissy.
No, can't leave her out.
You want something done?
Put it in
Call
her hands.
Priscilla. That's why somebody asked me one day, why do you give so much or surround yourself with women? Because y'all get stuff done.
Get stuff done. That's
okay? The brothers don't get stuff done. Brothers get around and want to talk about why we should do this. In other words, you have to explain the vision to the brothers before they agree with it or disagree with it.
And then y'all got to meet about it at least 8 to 10 times before you move on.
Exactly. See, but God wired you guys differently. In other words, once we give you guys the idea or the vision, y'all take it and run with it. And next thing you know, you done turned it into a reality.
That's it.
Because y'all are workers.
We're workers. We're doers.
Yeah.
We're doers.
You know.
And we can't forget the one family, Sister Evelyn Connor and Brother.
Oh,
Ricky.
definitely the Connor family. Thank
Sister
you.
Evelyn,
Thank you.
that is a queen
yes,
from her heart.
Yes.
She is a worker.
Ricky and Evelyn Connor. Yeah, you know, you guys made the village.
That's right.
Y'all made the village. I didn't make the village. I was just a teacher.
That's right.
Okay, you guys made the village. You know, and one of the things I used to remember hearing from people who would visit us, everybody who came through the doors of the African village, there's so much love in this place. Oh, the love that's here, you know, and that's what makes the village important.
But it came from you.
I see what you're saying. You're the expression of the leader.
The leader emanates a certain atmosphere in the building. If you were stuck up and had your head up in the air, that's how we would treat people. We would look down upon them, but that was not you. You hugged everybody.
Yep.
You made everybody feel welcome.
Yeah.
You brought hardcore men to tears from the pulpit because you preach with the anointing and you talked with the anointing, that which makes a difference. And you that transcended to even your ministers, us as teachers. And it starts with the head, it trickles down.
Yeah. Ah, man.
It's been good. We probably left somebody out, so we have to say, who you are.
Yeah, right. You know, because that's the thing, y'all. This is strictly off the cuff today.
It is.
Okay, we didn't prepare for this. It was a last minute thing. You should have seen us trying to scuffle around and get set up here to go live.
Yes.
You know, like 3 minutes left before going live, and we still ain't ready to
We
go
were
live
not
yet.
ready. He was like, "Do you want to go on the show with me today?" I'm like, I don't know." So
yeah, but when you're walking in my art, when you know that you're walking in righteousness, you can go live. You can just improvise, man. Because hopefully something that we said today out there, guys, inspired some of you, encouraged some of you, got you excited, about the work that we're doing in the African Village. And the only thing we're trying to do, y'all, is change lives. That's it. We're not trying to babysit nobody. Them days are over. Okay, we're not trying to babysit. We're not trying to restructure your home and other like preachers used to try to tell you how to run your house. Okay, from his pulpit on how to run your house. We don't do stuff like that. We don't teach doctrine. Okay, we're simply trying to tell you the truth, knowing that the truth will make you free.
Yes, it will.
It will empower you. It will empower you to be free, man. Imagine yourself, people. I use this analogy a lot. Imagine yourself standing in a dark room. Okay, no windows to the room, and you trying to figure out how to get out of this dark room. You don't see the door because it's dark. My job is simply to hit the light switch. That's it. Okay, I hit the light switch, turn the light on, and guess what? Now you can see the door. Okay, but don't expect Brother Ray to come grab your hand and lead you through that door. No, you can do that on your own.
And that's what we're used to.
Exactly.
Trying to break that cycle too.
Exactly.
Oh, this world's really hands-on. I mean, nobody's coming to do anything for you anymore. You got to learn it yourself. You really do.
Thank God for YouTube University.
Yes. Yeah, a lot of people lean on it. Yeah. Yeah,
but to those who were with us on yesterday, thank you guys for going. Okay.
Yes.
I started to cancel it because I was having a hard time organizing who's going to be on the boat, how we're going to get there, and all that kind of stuff. And it just worked out.
It worked out
fine, So to my caregiver, Sister Clara, thank you so very much.
Thank you.
Beautiful sister. She was I've known for decades, to the sister who was our fellowship director here in Atlanta, Sister Sanji.
Yes.
Good having you with us yesterday.
It was wonderful, sister. Love the energy.
Yeah.
It was good. I'm so glad I came.
That's right. That's right. You had met Sister Sanji.
I've heard about her. Have never met her, and we just hit it off.
Beautiful person.
Yes.
Wow, man.
Sacrifice is everything. You push to make it happen. I had a busy week at my home last week. I had company in my home all week for 7 days. And then had a couple days of relief, and I had made the commitment. I was coming here. Sometimes you're tired, but when you push on, that's when the greatest victories come. Right. It's so sweet.
As I used to make me think of the old saints. I press my way.
I press my way, Dr. Ray.
What does a child know about pressing your way?
And we go around saying that stuff at 8, 9, and 10 years old.
Exactly. I remember
you just got here.
I remember when I was a little boy. That I thought I got saved, right? And I got up to testify. And what does this little 9-year-old child say? Truly I am saved, sanctified, baptized. That was the mighty Holy Ghost of the burning fire. And then the Lord did deliver me from a miserable life of sin.
Right.
What do I know about a miserable life of sin?
I mean Jesus all the way.
Man, they had us messed up.
Oh my God.
And now, we're laughing, but think of the adults now that's still saying that same thing.
Testimony hasn't changed. They have not learned. They have not grown or developed.
Truly, the Lord did deliver me from a miserable life of sin.
He did not.
30 years later, he going to say, truly, the Lord did deliver me.
And he really didn't at 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
No.
You just got here.
And even some of the adults. They've been in church all their life. They ain't lived no miserable life of sin. They never was a drug addict.
They was taught to say that.
Yeah. Life is wonderful, family.
Yes, it is.
I want to say thank you again, Minister Stewart, for being here. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
And visiting your brother, your teacher. Wow, man.
You don't know what a touch does for a person. A hug does for a person. It brings back memories. It gives you strength to hang in there, to continue on. And so I guess I would encourage our brothers and sisters today, fellowship with each other. Visit that brother or sister that you had discord, with. Make up. Life is short. Call them. Like you said, the village, we're not meeting physically anymore, but get a group of people together and go out to lunch. That fellowship can change a person's life. We don't know what a person's going through from moment to moment. There are days some people don't even want to get out of bed. They have no desire. They say, for what? What am I getting out of bed for? And so I say that to say we need each other. I remember when the village was going through something pretty low, pretty bad. We probably had a lot of division going on, a lot of discord. And I remember I saw you had visited me, and I shared with you a song that my niece gave me. It had just come out. And I don't want to get the artist wrong. I think it's Hezekiah Walker. He had just put out the song, I Need You.
Yes.
You
I need you to survive. Yep.
We're all a part of God's body. Stand with me. Agree with me. We're all a part of God's body. It is His will that every need be supplied.
You are important
to me. I need you to survive. And we need each other.
And we used to sing that, as in the village. Yeah.
We need each other. We need each other. So every now and then you got to get out your box and sacrifice and go see that brother or sister that you haven't seen in a while, just to lift them up and keep them here a little longer and tell them, hey, it ain't over. Yeah. God says it's over.
That's right.
It ain't over.
That's right.
It ain't over.
Y'all see that? Y'all hear that? Mm-hmm. Okay. Like I look at others who are going through what I'm going through, and I see people who look like the Walking Dead, and I say, God, please don't let that happen to me. Mm-hmm. So each week, y'all, I'm gonna try to keep looking like I'm okay, because I'm okay. I mean, really, I'm serious. According to what the doctors say, I'm not okay. Mm-hmm. But y'all, listen, according to what I feel in my spirit and the power of God around me,
hey. Glory.
I am fine, man. Yes. So stop sending me your that y'all don't mean no harm. I know you don't. You don't mean no harm. You're trying to help me get better, but I'm better already. In other words, that's why my friend put out the song "Shout Like You Got It." Okay, my dad used to say, "Faith is acting like you have it before you have it." That's what he used to say. Okay, I know. Let me say it this way. I know that I'm in the hands of our ancestors in the Most High God. Whatever happens to Brother Ray, and this is how I feel about that. And I just really, I know it's going to sound crazy, but this is what I said to the Most High in my prayer. I'm putting you on the spot. Okay? I'm telling everybody how great you are.
So we need you to show up and do what you do best.
And here, you see it. Yeah, man, shucks.
You are funny.
Oh, God.
We need you. We need you.
I ain't going nowhere no time soon. Yes. Wow. I
feel like singing a song. Remember, I don't know if everybody knew it. God has done it again. God has done it again.
Never heard
God
that.
is yet working miracles. God has done it again.
Okay.
I just feel renewed.
I
just being in your company.
Wow.
That's what dropped in my spirit.
That's what revival is all about.
Uh-huh.
And you got you crying up here, see? God, okay. You need my rag.
I got my own. You got I learned from you.
Okay.
I got my own.
Family, listen, we're going to get ready to get out of here. And we're not going to sing our happy song right now because in rushing to get ready to do the show, I didn't connect everything, okay? And that's on a whole different sound system altogether. Mm-hmm. And so we'll just say the words, okay? The African in me loves the African in you. When we come together, ain't nothing we can't do because you're easy to love.
Easy to love.
Yeah. Yeah. Guys, thank you guys for being with us today. Oh, let me go back here because we want to, for those of you who want to help us out with our work, okay, if you're on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel. You see my email address there, okay? And I also encourage you to log on to our 24-hour-a-day, 7-day-a-week teaching on the Black Liberation Webcasting Network. On our website, go to theafricanvillage.org and then just click the second tab there on the page, Black Liberation, and you'll see the radio station there. The first, you'll see two windows. The top window is the 24-hour a day, 7-day a week radio station. And the second window is our TV station, so that when we go do special broadcast or what have you, it's on our page and can't nobody take it down. Okay, so go ahead there and listen to that. All right, and also, family, we encourage you to share with us your donations to help us continue to do this work. Okay, if you're making a donation to PayPal, and by the way, while we were teaching, you heard that ding coming in, and that's because, thank you, Brother McCormick. We see your donation there. Okay,
Huh?
I
said they've been coming in.
Thank God,
Yes.
thank God, thank God, thank God, and I thank you.
Yes,
You know, if you're making your donation to PayPal, it's the AfricanVillage1@AOL.com. Okay, if you're making your donation to Cash App, it's # Dr. Ray Hagins. If you're making a donation through Zelle, it's my email address, rayhagins@gmail.com. If you're making a donation through mailing it, I call it snail mail instead of email. If you're mailing your check or money order in, make your donation payable to the African Village and send it to 863 Flat Shoals Road, Southeast, Suite 242, Conyers, Georgia. Okay, 30094. And another person came to my mind when I was giving out that address.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, who's a loyal and faithful supporter of ours, and that is Brother. Oh Lord, let's see that.
What state is he?
Little short brother, when he thought we were leaving at the funeral.
Oh God, yes, Brother Walter.
Walter Winston.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. That's
Brother
what I'm
Walter,
trying.
yes,
thank you.
faithful.
When y'all hear that ding, somebody's making a donation.
Brother
Okay.
Brother Walter almost lost his mind when he thought
we was closing
both
down.
of us really. I think you had left, and then I was moving to Dallas at the time.
Right,
8 years ago, and he came to me in tears. Well, what's going to happen to us? I need you all.
I remember that.
Touched my heart.
Oh, we're still here, Brother Winston, as you can see, just in a different format, technology now.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
But brother, I receive, trust me, every week without fail, his donation comes in the mail.
Can't forget Brother Walter.
Thank you, Brother Winston.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you so much, man. You know, and listen, we're still here. We're still there for you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Those of you who are there, don't think that, we're out of touch now.
Mm-hmm.
We're close as a phone call.
Mm-hmm.
Pick up that phone. You need to come, and we'll come running.
Mm-hmm. The
warriors will be there. Okay. Yes. So that's where we are, family. And hey, man, of course, we got to talk about Black Achievement Fund before we get out of here.
Yes.
Okay, Brother Archie texted me this morning. What's the word for the day, Doc? And at the time, because we hadn't decided what we're going to do, right. I said, I have absolutely no idea. he said, be like that sometimes.
Yeah, be like that sometimes.
Yeah. But family, Brother Archie, hey, man, thank you, brother, for being who you are. Thank you for the vision of the Black Achievement Fund.
Yes.
Okay. And guys, come on and be a part of us at the Black Achievement Fund. We're doing some great things, $9 a month, okay, to empower our people. $9 a month. Okay, if you can see this in your mind, okay, 10 million people giving $9 a month will give us over $1 billion a year. For us, and you know what, y'all, I can't think of a better person, okay, to be on board to help us manage that kind of money than this sister right here.
Oh, wow.
Okay, this is the most awesome financial advisor that's on the planet, as far as I'm concerned. She's my financial advisor. She's not just the chief expediter for the African Village. She's my personal financial advisor as well. I don't make a purchase without consulting Minister Stewart.
Thank you
I
so
just
much.
don't. Listen, when it comes to your money, how much time we got? Yeah, okay, we got time to say this. When it comes to your money, you have to have somebody working with you that you can trust.
That's right.
With your money, especially when you're ignorant. Okay, finance is not my field. You understand? I mean, I know a little bit about it, but it's not my field. So you know what? When it comes to my major things or where I'm gonna put my money, in fact, the original name of her company used to be Work Your Money. Remember that?
Work your money. It was work your money.
Don't start me.
Oh, he gonna find some.
Right, let me see. Let me see if I can. I don't think I have it in my phone, but I got it in my computer.
Like that name, so I had to change it. But I still believe in the thing: work your money.
Work your money. Time to make your money work for you.
Keep looking for it.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it, but I don't see it.
That was it.
That wasn't it. I don't have it.
Oh, I heard it.
No, that's how I would bless the Lord all the time.
Oh,
okay. But at any rate, family, if any of you guys out there need any help at all, okay, and how to improve your finances, what you need to do, many of you guys are coming into money through a settlement, okay, or a retirement, and you want to know what to do with this money. Listen, don't allow your oppressor to tell you what to do with your money. Okay, get somebody you can trust. Okay, and who is that? As far as I'm concerned, this sister right here. Okay, and I got to tell her like it is. I mean it. I'm not just saying it because you're here. Okay, I mean what I'm saying. Hey man, listen. You can trust her. That's the key right there. You can trust her when it comes to your money. I stake my life on that. Okay. And if you want to know how to get in touch with Minister Stewart, just look down in the link below. Okay. I put that information down in the link below. Just go ahead and click on the link for her email address. Email her. Okay. Her phone number is there. Her website is there in the link below. Just click on that link and it'll take you to her website. Call the sister if you need any kind of help when it comes to finances. Okay, cool. Now, back to that Black Achievement Fund. Come on and join us, y'all. There's the website.
Yes.
Okay. BAF.solutions. Yeah. In fact, at the 2:00 hour, go there and listen to our president and founder, Brother Arkey, talk about the Black Achievement Fund, the vision of the Black Achievement Fund. Okay. And that's how we do that. Guys, again, thank you for being with us today. Anything you want to say in closing, Minister Stewart?
I just want to say you are all right, Dr. Ray.
Well, thank you.
You are all right. You have helped empower so many people, businesses, organizations. One sister said it like this to me. I was on your show some time ago, and she called me, left a message, and I got back with her, and I said, I'm sorry, it took a few days. I said, I had so many calls. She said, well, what you think was going to happen? She was like, you was on the Dr. Ray show. She said, oh, wow. You got the Ray Hagan's effect on you.
Oh, man.
But it means much.
Wow.
To be associated, to be humbled enough, and I'm honored that I can say, I know you, Dr. Ray. I trust you. I trust your word. I
hear you.
When asked upon to help tackle a subject, you get right on it. You put all your energy into it, and you bless so many people. Just hearing you talk about the Black Achievement Fund. I know Brother Arkey would have to say he's blessed because of you.
Wow.
I'm blessed because of you. And so keep on doing what you've been doing.
I have to.
Keep fighting the good fight.
Wow.
Liberation.
Thank you, donator. Donor. That was from Nate. Thank you, Nate.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, man.
Keep doing what you're doing. You may not feel it, but that seed you dropped in all of us, liberation, it goes with us everywhere we go.
I got you.
Praise every God. Opportunity that comes about when we can drop that seed of knowledge with people, it comes out. Your work is not in vain. Your work lives on forever and ever.
I can live with that.
Yeah, yeah.
In fact, I'll be honest with you, I can go into eternity with that.
Yeah, your voice is heard, as we say, throughout the diaspora, all over this world. Somebody is writing us, emailing us, saying, we need Dr. Ray here. And I'm like, how is he going to get all the way over there?
Right.
But they're calling for you.
I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that. Family, this coming weekend, okay? And it very well may be the last speaking engagement that I'm going to take for this year. Others have already asked me if I would come and speak. I may honor that if I'm physically up to it. but I can't get around as easily because of the medication I'm taking. It makes me woozy. And if y'all go to my Facebook page, you'll hear Minister Stewart laughing at me riding around in one of them buggies. Okay. I was watching it. I started cracking up right to myself. He said, "And where you going, Dr. A?" I said, "Delicatessen."
Gone in that little buggy. I was like, "Well, bye."
But at any rate, family, I walk with a cane now, okay, to help stabilize me. It's not that I'm crippled. It's not that I really even need it. I just don't want to fall, okay? Because falling at 71 ain't like falling at 23. Trust me, okay? So for the sake of my health, I'm kind of holding back on taking speaking engagements now. So this coming weekend, I will be in St. Thomas, U.S. Virgin Islands, okay? I'll be arriving there. We're going to do a session on Saturday evening and one on Sunday. Okay. So those of you guys who are down there in St. Thomas, go ahead and get ready to receive your brother as he comes to St. Thomas Virgin Islands. Okay.
Take care of him.
There you go. That's
Take
right.
care of
And
him.
listen, I got some strong brothers down there.
I love
now,
it.
okay.
I love it. Take care of him.
Brother David Royston, Brother Sheriff, I can't mess up calling names, but the brothers there take good care of me when I come. So I'm not worried in any way whatsoever. Guys, we got to get out of here. Our time is up. And once again, Mr. Stewart, thanks. Thank you so much for coming and checking on me.
Yes.
And just experiencing the fun we had yesterday in fellowship. And hey guys, listen to this. The best is yet to come. You ain't seen nothing yet. Okay. So you guys out there, keep us in your prayers. Okay. And we'll see you guys on next week. Okay. Again, I apologize for not closing out with our fun song, but hey, I didn't get to connect everything in time. Okay. So you guys out there, stay strong. We'll see you next week. Peace be with you.
Motto Tep.
Motto Tep.